All right, I think we can go ahead and get started. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another session of our CEJA reporting system office hours. Before I open it up to questions, there are some updates that are officially out now um, in our production environment that just want, I know we covered most of these in the previous session, but it is worth noting, I think, that they are now in production as well. So one of them was that when we are adding a customer into the system, and let me just do a quick test here. Okay. So one of them is that we have the date of birth. It wasn't always pulling over. Um, and it's more, I think, for pre-screened application, but that wasn't always pulling over. Let's agree to the consent here. Click OK. All right. So then, so we'll get to back to that date of birth one in a minute, because this wasn't pulling over into the application, but it now is. But one of the updates that we now have is if the customer you're adding into the system is not eligible. So, right now we're at an inquiry level, but if they're not eligible for the program here, and I believe I am logged in as Workforce Hubs. If we're not eligible, we will see that, from an inquiry and we save it and that they're, not eligible. Let me filter here. We'll see that the status the customer has is now inquiry, not eligible / not interested. And so the reason for this change was to help grantees and navigators filter through the list of those who are inquiries and those who remain an inquiry, but they're just not eligible or interested in the program. And you can filter, and they're included in this customer status drop down as well. And yes, we also have a row in the dashboard for this new status. Let's see, filter here. Here we go. So then under this outreach section, those customers who are inquiries but are not eligible or interested will appear in this row right here. Let's see. And then another update to the pre-screening window is if we select the option for referred to non-CEJA program. So if it turns out that's the best course of action to take, we've updated the logic of some of this here. So then when that is selected for a program, under referred to program, we have these other selections here. And then for the pre-screening result, because it's referred to non-CEJA program, that would be the pre-screening result field there. And then similarly, if we select for the program CEJA contractor incubator accelerator program, I think actually we're still building this out as far as the provider list here, but that will be something that's coming in the future. Is if we select CEJA contractor incubator accelerator program, we have the pre-screening result here, but what we'll need to add is a list of those actual providers. So that was another update that's officially on there. And then Okay, so let me change this because there's a couple other things I want to show. Let me change this to make the customer eligible. Say yes to everything here. Okay, so now we are eligible and we will complete this here. Mail.com. Okay. So then once we get our customer added into the system and go to the application, one of the updates too that I kind of referenced was the date of birth was pulling over, kind of window to window, but it wasn't pulling over from the windows we worked with into the application. But we can see here that it's pulled over. So we do have that working there. And then going back to our customer list, I know we mentioned it, but it is now officially on production. Is on the progress page. We had that section for attendance, other participation requirements, meets attendance requirements. We did have Employment 101, but that is no longer a requirement for the program. And so if there are any attendance requirements, the default is yes, but if they're not meeting them, you can select no. The status will update. You can leave a case note here. Let's do that real quick. Click OK. And so if we do have it set to no, and then attendance requirements are met, we can click yes, and it'll change back to green and we'll be all set. And then the last item is on the program completion follow-up tab. We did some updates to the transition outcome section. So if we select, and it's specifically under the other training. So when we have this, we now have, let's see, oh, it's down here, the status field down here. So we have, see if we're filling this out for other training. Yes. Go real quick here. And so we enter in the program, the training program information, and then their status of it. We have options for unknown, no response. We're not really sure at the moment. Enrolled, confirmed 12-month retention, completed, graduated, and an unsuccessful completion. And so if we say they are enrolled, and then the status date, we'll select today's date and click save. We'll add that and leave a case note. Okay, and we'll just refresh our page here. And we'll see that that transition outcome has been added. And see, to edit it, if we needed to edit this, we could select, the title of this here, and make the necessary update here. So we can change the status to, okay, well now we know that they are in fact enrolled, and we'll select, we'll select that here. And click save. See the case note window. Let's refresh. And we can see that that information has been updated here as well. And if we needed to, we could add, so let's say we knew that they were enrolled on, in the program, I don't know, February 4th, but then we can also say that they completed it here. So we can kind of add that history. We can capture that history all in one record rather than adding multiple transition outcome, boxes that we have underneath this window here. So you can select, multiple statuses and the corresponding date for those. And if you needed to remove one, you could do that as well. So let's save this. Oh, let me take a screenshot of this. I'm not sure why we're getting this error here. Let's check. Yeah, I will need to connect with our programmers about that. So it seems a little off here, but yeah, so that's something that we'll need to update, but that's a new feature as well. Okay, let me see here. I don't see any questions in the chat, but if there are any questions, please feel free to enter them in the chat or unmute yourself and ask away. If there's anything that you'd like for me to go over on our call this morning, and that's something we can do as well. You can just let me know what it is you'd like to see in the system. We can walk through it. Any questions? I do see that our regional administrator, Nate Keener, is on. So Nate, if there's anything you'd like to add, please feel free to do so.
Thanks, David. I got nothing at this time.
All right. Well, maybe it is a short session this morning, but give one last chance for anyone to ask any questions. Oh, hi, Jackie. I see you got your hand raised there.
Hey, yes, I have terrible service, so forgive me. Am I choppy or can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Oh no.
I was able to hear you, Jackie,
Oh,
but
okay, cool.
oh, yeah.
Yeah. Can you just give me a call after we hang up? I have a kind of one-on-one. I want to go over with you
Sure.
after.
Yeah, we'll follow up with
Okay.
you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. All right, well, if there's no other questions, we'll go ahead and end our call here. We'll get this recording posted to the partner guide. And if you have any questions, please submit a help request ticket or reach out via email and we will get you all squared away. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye, y'all.